Welcome to Miracle Morning Mastermind. I'm excited today. And I think today's topic is ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. So I was having a powerful conversation this morning with my power team leaders. And I shared one of the biggest breakthroughs I had in becoming an executive director, building an executive team. And in my business, my Legal Shield business, that looks like 10 people that are committed to a few simple habits. 10 people committed to a few simple habits. In fact, three simple habits. Habit number one is inviting 2 to 5 new people per day, just to look at some information, followed by a 3-way introduction. So I might reach out and say, hey, Pam, would you be willing to give me your feedback on a project I'm working on and let me know who you think would benefit from it? And Pam says, yeah, sure. Give me the information. So then I schedule a time for Pam to get onto a Zoom or a video or watch a video. Simple. And I say, great, Pam, I appreciate you. Afterwards, my business partner and I would love to get your feedback on it in case you know somebody who could benefit. So now Pam knows to expect me to introduce her to my business partner afterwards. So that's habit number one, commitment number one. Like, okay, I can commit to doing that 2 to 5 a day. This is what my millionaire mentor asked me to do when I got started. And that first habit, it started putting 10 to 25 people a week in my pipeline, figuring out where to find my 2 to 5 new people from social media, networking, collecting business cards. Doesn't matter. Tons of ways to find new people. And but that started putting 10 to 25 new people in my pipeline, which gave me more than enough people to be in a program called Performance Club, and started earning $500 to $1,000 a month or more. And it actually was or more, 1,000 plus per month, very quickly. In fact, my first year, spare time as a student, I made over $12,000 that first year because of that one habit. Well, these 3 habits. So that was habit number one. And then habit number 2 is showing up to the weekly training. We used to have a weekly in-person training. And then through technology and organization growing nationwide, it became a weekly virtual training. So I have a virtual training every Thursday night. That's habit number 2, is showing up consistently. Like, all right, this is my freedom school every Thursday night for the rest of my career until I retire. Let me say it again. And I want y'all to hear my mindset and how I received what my mentor was asking me to do. Make this your job schedule, basically, for the rest of your career until you retire. He didn't use those words, but that's how I locked it into my mind. I'm like, oh, okay. If I take a job and they tell me my schedule is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, how long is that my schedule? Everybody, unmute for me. How long is that my schedule? If I take a job and they say this is your schedule, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, how long is that my schedule?
As long as you work your job.
How long is that for most people?
Forever.
Until what?
Forever. To retire.
Until you quit or retire.
Yeah, until you quit.
Or get fired.
Yeah. And then I'm going to say, as long as you want to get paid, that's your schedule. As long as you want to get paid.
Wait, so y'all mean like forever?
Forever.
Like forever?
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying that and slowing this down because there was a time when I see a lot of people haven't processed the business schedule that way. Like they asked me for 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day for forever. When I came into this business, my mentor only asked me for 2 to 3 nights per week, about 6 or 7 hours a week. But that same forever applies. Always and forever. My grandfather, that was his song. And so forever, we got to bring that same mindset here. And so anyway, so when my mentor said it, I said, okay, I had that same mentality. Like, okay, Thursday night is going to be my new schedule for forever, as long as I work here, until I retire. Thursday night is my freedom school. Boom. That made it so easy for me to not have to decide every Thursday if I was going to be there or not. It's hard. This thing is hard. It's hard enough by itself dealing with people going through it. It's super hard for somebody that hasn't made the decision that this is what I'm going to do for forever. That's agony. So that was the second habit I committed to, was Thursday night. My mentor he asked me to commit, and he received my commitment. What's the topic today?
Ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Ask and you shall receive.
He asked me to commit, and he received a committed person. The third commitment, he asked me to make my 1 night per week, commit to 1 night per week, not only showing up to my Thursday night training and bringing team members, but he also asked me, let me say something y'all may have never heard before, bringing team members or people who were almost ready to become a team member. Wait, what? We can do that? Thursday night? If somebody's seen the presentation, they've gotten on a 3-way call, they want to get started, but they're still hesitant. Can you bring them to Thursday night core training so they could get a sneak peek of how much support they're going to have and what the system looks like? The answer is, of course, in my Jim Rohn voice. So I don't know who that was for. Put me in the chat if that was for you, Epiphany. Sometimes the next thing a person needs to see is not another presentation, not another tool. Sometimes they need to see the system. Show me the game plan now that I've seen everything else. Show me the training. Show me the mentorship that's available to me. Ooh, that was for somebody. I could feel it. So not only did my mentor, so number one, he asked me to commit to my 2 to 5 a day with a 3-way. Number two, he asked me to commit to the Thursday night weekly training, which we do on Zoom every Thursday night. But he also asked me to commit to a local event 1 night per week in my local area in person. In person. And I made the commitment. He asked me, and he received. Another person committed. And when somebody commits to those 3 things, they become a part of your core team. Somebody put core in the chat, CORE. That's the beginning of being core. Those 3 commitments, those first 3 commitments is the beginning of being core. That is the bare minimum business model to scale. Like if you opened up a McDonald's and let's say for some strange reason, you weren't able to put the whole McDonald's in place, like the whole system. As long as you got burgers, fries, and milkshakes, even if you don't have everything else, you could sell a value meal. Are y'all catching me right now? Like even if you don't have the salad and the apple pies, you at least got to have the burgers, the fries, and the shake. Are y'all with me?
Mhm.
Those three commitments are the burgers, the fries, and the shake. There's other things that will accelerate it and that are important. But you can build a profitable business just with those three things. But if one of those three things is missing, your business is broken. If one of those three things is, I don't care how much money you're making, you could go executive director with one of those three things missing, but your business is broken. Something, and you're going to feel it. Something's going to show you that your business is broken. It's not, something's not sustaining right. It's not multiplying right. In fact, if you only have two out of those three or one out of those three, then the best you can ask other people to do is one or two out of those three. And now you're raising up people who have a broken business. So the first thing is to get those three in place. Put a one in the chat if you have one of those three things going. Put a two in the chat if you have two of those three things going. Put a three in the chat if you have all three going for you. And don't feel bad if you with your answer. It's just showing you what to fix. So if you have one of those three things, then you franchise yourself, you're basically saying, I've got my burgers, but no fries and no shake, and now you're having other people, you're recruiting other people to start a McDonald's, and they're gonna duplicate what you do and what you don't do. Oh, that was for somebody as well. Your future team is gonna duplicate what you do and what you don't do. They're going to duplicate what you don't do also. What you don't do that you're supposed to do, they will duplicate that. It's like a parent that smokes cigarettes and tells the kids don't smoke cigarettes. So, my mentor asked me to do those three things right away, and I committed right away. And I started earning $1,000 a month while I was still figuring things out. He asked, and then he received. What if he never asked? So here's what happened. So I started recruiting people, right? In fact, I mean, let me try to qualify what I'm saying. That model started recruiting people for me. I still didn't quote unquote know how to recruit, but because I was doing those three things, people automatically got recruited. I hope y'all hear me. Some of y'all, some of y'all are trying to figure out how to do stuff that the system was designed to do for you. All you got to do is put those three things in place and stuff starts happening. And then you get better at doing those three things. You get more strategic about how you do the three things. You develop a more positive attitude about that you bring to those three things, a stronger reason why. And all of a sudden you bring more passion to those three things. But the motto is those three things. So he asked me to do it. And when I say he asked me to do it, he didn't call me up and ask me to do it. Once I decided that he was my mentor, please hear me, y'all. This is a game changer. Once I decided that he was my mentor, like my number one mentor, and this is a lesson. There's so much wisdom in what I'm about to tell you all. And maybe I learned this in the music world or something like that, or however I learned it, I've learned that there's lots of people you can listen to, but you'll be all over the place until you got to pick a coach. Like you got to pick a head coach. Who is the person that I'm going to model? That means if anybody else says anything contrary to my main coach, I'm going to filter that out and go with what my head coach says so that I don't confuse myself. So I'm not all over the place, double-minded, unstable. So you got to pick a head coach. That will save you a lot of time. And I didn't fully understand that, but I kind of intuitively, I always look for one key mentor in any area of life that I'm looking to master, which tells you I'm looking to master something. I'm looking to master something. I don't do something to just dabble in something. If I'm going to do it and it's worth doing, I want to master it. Like if I'm going to be doing something for 5 years anyway, I might as well master it in that 5 years. So I look for who is my main mentor. If it's health, who's my main mentor for health? Who that not just has good
Coach, is
health.
it my phone or is it you that's going in and out?
You got to ask them.
Your phone.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
So, what was the last thing I said?
Main coach.
I'm sorry.
Main coach. No, thank you. Main coach.
In the area that you want to master,
Oh,
who is the
thank
key
you.
head coach?
Thank you. So yes. So if it's health, watch this. If it's a health mentor, it, they not only need to have the results that I'm looking for, but they have to have a system that I can follow. Because there are people that are healthy and they have good advice, but the way they became healthy, I can't duplicate that. That's not my mentor. They can inspire me, but they can't equip me. So I look for a mentor, whatever the area of life is. If it's money management, I'm looking for a mentor that has a money management model that I can duplicate. Now, every time I've been double-minded and I've got 2 or 3 different mentors, it takes me way longer to master a system because I keep going back and forth between 2 or 3 different systems and not mastering any of them. Oh man, who is this for? So I'm asking you all to make me your head coach mentor in this business, if you haven't already, so that you can more quickly master the system. Now, once you master my system, I expect you to take it to a whole nother level. Take it beyond where I took it. Okay, so I made Jeff Olson my main mentor for the business model. His system. His system was the superior system. So I committed to it. So here's what that means, that I made him my mentor, my head coach. That meant every time I heard him speak on an audio, on a conference call, at an event, I took his advice very personal, as if he was personally asking me to commit to whatever he was talking about. So when I say he asked me to do it, he didn't have to call me up and ask me one-on-one. He could just say it from the stage. He could say it on a cassette tape. He could say it on the video. He could have said it on a YouTube channel. He could have said it on a conference call. And I took it personal, like he was asking me directly. And I measured myself against what is he asking me to do. See, this is why I don't have to be all over the place. Taking years. Okay, so that ask and you shall receive. So because he asked me to do it, and this took me a while, family. Oh, here's the lesson. Here's the breakthrough. Because of my process of coachability, my level of coachability, which I just explained to you, my mindset of coachability is, if that's my main mentor and I'm modeling his system, I'm going to master his system. I'm going to do everything he asked me to do within that system with integrity, and I'm going to master it before I deviate. So he didn't have to ask me. Now, that also became a problem for me because I didn't know I thought I didn't have to ask my team members directly. And that's not true. So for 3 years, I was talking about 2 to 5 a day with a three-way. I was talking about to my team about doing the weekly event. I was talking to them about the training, but I was not asking people one-on-one to commit to it. And because I wasn't asking, I wasn't receiving.
Mm. Mm.
I didn't know. And what I just explained about coachability and my mindset of choosing a mentor, if you've never been taught to think that way, how can somebody expect you to think that way? So I'm teaching you all to think that way, but I assumed that other people thought that way because I thought that way, and it wasn't fair and it wasn't true. I should not expect somebody to think the way I think. They're not wired the way I'm wired. They don't have the upbringing that I have. They don't have the training that I've had. They don't have the personality that God gave me. So why in my right mind would I expect other people to think the way I think? But I wasn't in my right mind. I thought that people would just do it. Like if it makes sense and they're saying it makes sense. For example, I've been asking everybody all week, what's the earliest time you can commit to getting your 2 to 5 with a three-way done? And people gave me an answer. And actually put that in the chat for me again. What's the earliest time on a typical day that you could get your 2 to 5 done early? Mine is 8:30 a.m. Tuesday through Friday, but on Mondays I could do it by 11:30 a.m. So y'all are putting your answer in the chat. The old me would have assumed that because you put that answer in the chat that you're going to do it. That's not true. Most people, they can answer, oh, I can do it by that time. And answer this for me in the chat. Is it worth you doing it by that time? Yes or no? Is it worth you doing it? So you already said you can do it. I'm giving y'all a model right now for asking. You can do it. It's worth doing it. But if I stop there, 95% of people still will not do it. I have to ask the third question. Can I count on you to do it this week? Put a 5 in the chat. If I can count on you to do it every day this week, to go for it, even if you mess it up a little bit, which is normal because it's not a habit yet. But put a 5 in the chat if I can count on you to do it. Look at those 5s. Family, the asking process is not complete until you ask for the commitment. Can you do it? If you tell me, no, I don't see that I can do it yet, then I need to help you figure out what you can do before I ask you to do it. Number 2, is it worth you doing it? Because just because you can do it doesn't mean you feel that it's worth you doing it. And if you're not sure if it's worth you doing it with all the stuff on your plate and all the other things going on and if you're not sure it's worth you doing, I need to coach you through that until you find out what is worth you doing. But I can't stop there. Just because you can do it and it's worth doing doesn't mean you've made a commitment to do it yet until I ask. So now I'm asking, and you all have answered with the number 5 in the chat, that I can count on you to do it every day this week. And I'm only asking for this week is so you can get past the discomfort of it and start to find a rhythm and then recommit to it in the next week until it becomes a habit. So what are y'all taking away from, put in the chat, what are you taking away from this for yourself and your team? Ask. We've got to ask. I'm teaching you how to ask properly. And we got time for maybe one or two people to unmute. Who has something that you really took away from this? Let's hear from you. Dr. Wiggins.
All of this is really, really good. I was about to say, Doc, Coach, this is really, really good. Um, just even slowing down, making sure that we have a clear understanding, because scripture says, with all thy getting, get an understanding. And sometimes going back to the basis and making sure that we have an understanding of where we're at, but also where we need to go is good. And then making sure that that thing can be duplicated. I know last Thursday when I was on that training, especially the breakout room, you shared something with me that I had no idea that I would have missed if I hadn't showed up. And there's a lot of times we miss certain things because we don't show up. And so, even these 3 points, will you do it? Is it worth you doing it? And then, can I count on you to do it? That brings about accountability, put something on their mind. And then there was another thing that you said some time ago that I think I'm going to add on to this. Can I do it with you? You shared that some time ago, and it helps. It really helps. Thank you.
Let's do it together.
Yes.
All right, let's show some love for Dr. Floyd Wiggins III. Woo woo.
Woo woo, Dr. Wiggins.
Yeah.
One more. Who took
Thank
something
you,
away
Dr.
from that
Floyd.
deeply?
Come on,
Good
y'all.
morning,
Go ahead.
Who was
You
the
have it.
lady?
Diane.
Take it away, Ms. Strong.
What I got from it is, excuse me, I noticed that a lot of people go to train me, and in their mind, you're right. They think you already know because that's how they do it. And I try to explain how I am and who I am in my slower learning process, and they don't understand it. So that really helped me. And then I did have a lady. I called the office this morning and see my retention and who's pre-cancel. No one right now, but the last two that did. One particular lady, that was my fault. I should have kept up with her. So that was an area where I thought she was okay, but she wasn't. So that was deep for me. I know now my errors are huge. Guilty. I'm an
But
executive
also
director and executive director maker on the Pam Cards Power Team.
awesome. Let's show some love for Miss Diane Strong. Woo woo.
Yes, Diane. But strong.
And
Okay,
All right,
redeem.
Sister
Diane.
That
Strong.
clarity.
Yeah, I can
Not just
attest to that.
not just guilty, but redeem, because now you know, right? If you don't know, you don't know. But that's how we learn. Um, my church, God gave me a vision to have a Christian entrepreneurs dinner uh, just a handful of weeks ago. And the business group we're part of jumped on it right away and pulled it off last night. We had a packed house at the church with like 80 plus people. And the pastor was the keynote speaker. And one of the points he shared in his message is coming back to me. But it's coming back. You were talking about knowing better and doing better. It'll come back to me. We'll maybe talk about it tomorrow. But basically, when we start asking family, our job as leaders is to ask. Ask of our customers, what are we asking them to commit to? Is it can they do it? Is it worth it? And can we count on them to do it? I ask my customers to keep the service and use it for 12 months. Can you do it? Is it worth keeping it? Making sure they understand it is worth it, that they can do it, and asking them to do it before they enroll. And if they got hesitation before they enroll, that's already a red flag to me. That might not be a good customer for me if retention is important to me. Asking my prospects to enroll. They've seen the information. Okay, I know you've seen the information. One of my goals today is to protect and empower one more person, one or two more people today. No pressure on you if you're not ready, but would you be willing to be one of those two people today? Now that you've seen all the information, you've gotten the questions answered, it makes sense. Some of them just need you to ask them. That's like if I'm pursuing somebody for marriage and I never get around to asking for her hand in marriage. Like, I've been telling you I want to marry you. I've been telling you I've been telling you, but yeah, but you never asked me. Oh, I thought you would just, so we got to ask. So let's go ask today. And when I started asking, I went from being the only person in the performance club to two of us, to three of us, to five of us, to 10 of us, to 15, 20, 30 plus people. And it was in direct proportion to the number of people I asked. I'm like, oh my gosh, for 3 years, two years, I wasn't asking. And once I started asking, people started actually committing. Even if it took them 2 or 3, 4 months for it to become a habit, the more people you ask every day, the more you will start to receive every day. Have a great day, everybody. Love y'all.
Thank you.
Coach, God bless
Thanks,
everyone.
bye. Love y'all.
Thank you,
Let's
Coach.
go
I'm
get
going
it
to ask.
done.
What time is it?
Ring
Ring
time.
Ring time.
Next up.